written form already for explanations. Now we're going to number 8 part 2. Number 8 part 2. The point P and Q have coordinates 3, -2, and 2, 1 respectively. Show that the gradient of the line segment PQ is -3. Alright. Find the equation of the line parallel. Find the equation of the line perpendicular. Here you have an example similar. And here you have an example of our own. This one similar it was taken from the booklet, 16 and 17. And here we have our own example. Example similar to question 8 part 2. The points A and B have coordinates 7, 12, -12, 11, and 8 respectively. Show that the gradient of the line segment AB is 5. We have to show that the gradient of that line is 5. How do we show that the gradient of the line is 5? We use that formula to find gradient, isn't that so? Can somebody please tell me what are the coordinates of point A?
Alright. So
or do I have to go and look for it? What are the coordinates of the point A? Because we have to show that the gradient of the line is 5.
7, so 7, -12.
7, -12. 11, 8. Okay? So, help me out. How can we find M1? We're supposed to get 5.
Y1, Y2, 12, XY 12, Y2. 8 minus 12, minus -12. Over x2, which is 11, minus x1, which is 7.
Right. What is 8 minus -12?
20.
8 plus 12, right? What is 11 minus 7? Because when you have two negatives multiplying, it's a positive. You can even prove it in your calculator. Put 8 minus -12.
So 4.
4.
You can type in your calculator 8 minus -12. You're going to get 20.
20 divided by 4 is 5.
So we have answered part 1. We have shown that the gradient of the line that joins these points is equal to 5. Find the equation of the line parallel to AB that passes through the point. Parallel. What does the word parallel means here?
Same gradient.
Same gradient. And
Same.
what is that point about? 6, -7.
To find the y-intercept.
To find the y-intercept. Okay. So we have already found the gradient, which is parallel. So therefore now M1 is 5. M2 is parallel. To find M1, since the two lines are parallel, no, to find M2 we find out. To find M2, since the two lines are parallel, because it says parallel, right? Since the two lines are parallel, then the gradients are what?
Equal.
Hence, what is M2?
5.
M2 is also 5. Okay. Now to find C. Now point. What's the point again? I think it was 6, right?
6, -7.
-7 implies that x is equal to what?
6.
And y is equal to what?
-27.
Now, as we are doing that, I'm comparing how we face to face, and so you think we will be able to do all of that face to face on the whiteboard with the marker? So it has it little that some people say, but how can I learn maths online? Of course you can, because look it happening. It's happening, you know. So and there's a lot of things that we can do here which we cannot do in the classroom. We have access to internet. I can just call up something. The board is not erasing, recording is happening. Okay, so don't depend and say, well, we must go in the classroom and sit down face to face and so write it on the board and have to copy down. You know, when you really think of it, writing on the board and copying down, it has a lot of limitations, you know. It has a lot of, you have to erase the board. You might be thinking of another test. You might be thinking of a test you just come out and do. And then still writing and I have to try to copy down and not copying down properly and you're missing out information. Sometimes you miss the class and then you have to copy from somebody else's book. But here you have the recordings and what happened, I'm uploading it on YouTube because the Google Classroom memory space. So I will send the link. Okay, so now, yes, so I'm putting a bracket there and everybody knows why I'm putting a bracket there because we have done that already. We're trying to find C to complete the equation of the line. Okay, so help me out. What comes in that first bracket?
Negative
So
7.
negative
Negative
7,
7. What comes in that?
5,
5. Because the lines are parallel. What comes there?
6
6.
6.
plus
Alright, because we're
C.
talking about X. Leave C where it is. Please, when you are
Mm-hmm.
finding C, leave C on the right side. It's already positive. Work this out. What comes there? 30, right? 6 5s are 30.
Yes, sir.
And then you cancel out 30 by subtracting 30 on both sides. You subtract 40 on the right, you have to subtract 40 on the left. This negative 7 subtract 30.
Negative 47.
Negative 47.
Negative 37.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a trick question, but I just for interest. What is a negative and a negative?
Opposite means. Or negative and or add.
And a negative and a negative is a what?
A positive.
A positive, sir.
And you
Keep
say and
keep
in
that thought.
algebra it's
Keep that thought.
multiply. You say and means to multiply.
Keep that thought.
So and is finding product.
Okay, keep that thought. Keep that thought. I'll send you a little video because I have a math 117 class preparing them for 115. Okay, so I just, as I see the negative 7, look at that. So you said a negative and a negative is a positive, right? Okay, read
You know
that. What
every
do you see?
time
What do you see there? Read that area there. What do you see? Color the two
negative
numbers you see.
7 minus 30.
But color the two numbers that are there. There are two numbers there.
Negative
Call them
7,
out.
negative 30.
Say that again.
Negative 7, negative 30.
We need a conjunction word. If I want to
Plus,
separate those two
plus,
numbers, how can I separate them?
and you say
If
and.
if I want to separate those two numbers, how do I separate them? Do I
No,
separate
no, no.
them? Do I separate them
You
like that? Do I separate them like that?
that's how it's going to separate. Remember, 30 there is a positive. Is you just turn it negative. So you're going to separate it
So what are the
there.
two numbers that are there?
Negative 7 and negative 30.
A negative and a negative is a negative.
There, because it's like you're adding it there in your
Right.
number line
So that's why a
sense.
negative and a negative is a negative.
But remember, in our algebra, and I take you to task, you taught us your and means to multiply. So when you ask a question, if you said it's
I never said that. I never said that. Never.
you're saying do the
Look, look,
product.
look at, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. I never said a negative, and needs to add in algebra. I never said that. Just a minute, just a minute.
And multiply.
Huh?
What you never said
I
in
never
the
said.
class?
What did you tell me? What did I say? And means to do what?
To find the product.
I never said and means to find the product. I never,
And it's
never
to
said that.
add.
I
And just to
never
add,
said that. Where it is. Just a minute. I never said and means to find the product. In algebra, no. Not in algebra. Probably in probabilities, but not in algebra. Where it is. Just to clarify that. Yeah, one time, where is it? Oh no, it's in this one. I never said and in algebra means to multiply. And in probabilities, but not in algebra.
Okay.
Okay, here it
My
is.
fault.
Just take a look at that. All right. Or what I can do, I can just I can even copy it down and paste it. Okay. Right.
There it is.
So I just prepared that there. I was just discussing that day 117. Okay. What I can do, I can just see all that you can do with this, and you cannot do that in the classroom. So there are some plus once you see the technology is working, all right. Okay, so just remind yourself that a negative and a negative in algebra is a negative. Okay, take note. All right, take note of this. This is right. Take note of that. So that's why we have a negative 7 and a negative 30 is equal to negative 30. And I also send you all a video just to so that you can, um,
So you mean like when you have a negative and a negative, you add, but the final number is a negative?
yes, because and in algebra, here it is. And in arithmetic is a plus. The word and in arithmetic is a plus. So let's continue. You will read it later down. Therefore, the equation of
Okay.
the line parallel, we have found the M and we have found C. How can we complete the equation? What's
Y
M?
equals
Let us,
5x minus 47.
Y is equal to 5x minus 37. And bear in mind, you just not only just to do an assignment to hand in, you preparing yourself for university. Also, I'm helping some possible university work and it's not easy. Okay, so create that strong foundation.